Hi there guys, it's Dave from Horizon Fish Keeping. I'm just going to do the second part of the series on breeding panda Corydoras. The first part of the video we just showed the eggs going into some meth blue, and I wanted to go into a more detailed video now just on how we harvest the eggs from the tank that we've set up to spawn the Corydoras in, and then the process after that, just detailing on how to hatch the eggs out. Now this has been new for me as well, so it's a bit of a learning process for me as well. So if you can sort of bear with the video, it is what it is, sort of thing. I'm learning, you're learning. It's one of them. So I'm going to just flip the camera around and I'll show you the tank that I'm using to breed the Corydoras in, and just how I've set that up. You've probably seen loads of videos before on breeding sort of pandas, Corydoras and other Corydoras, but they're really sort of unique species in the tropical fish world, and they can look quite effective on the substrate as well, and they're good for, like, you know, stirring up the sand and the gravel and getting the detritus up into the water column so the filters can take it away. So in this video I'm just wanting to show what I've set up and how I'm getting on with it, because I did only have 3 panda Corydoras in my community tank, and it just sort of came to me one day, why don't I just breed them and then I can get a few more. So I'll flip the camera around and we'll have a look at the breeding setup that I've set up just underneath there. I've just got 3 breeding tanks that I've set up, and then we'll have a look on the second part of the video where we'll show the process that I use to hatch the eggs out. I'm sorry about the lighting guys, because my LED lights might be causing a bit of flicker because they're on full power at the minute. I'm just trying to get some Amazon swords and other things growing in my cichlid tanks behind me there. So I'll flip the camera around anyway and we'll have a look at the setup we've got going. So then guys, this is the tank in particular that I'm using for the Corydora setup. You might notice that I've got a filter on its side at the bottom there, and this is the only reason this filter's in there is to create flow. I do have a double sponge filter at the back of this tank, and I'm running the temperature at 26 degrees Celsius or 78.9 degrees Fahrenheit. And what I tend to do is I'll drop the water temperature to get the Corydoras to spawn. So I'll tend to do sort of like a 20% water change and then fill that up with cool water, so slightly less, probably 10 degrees less than what's in the tank, and then that creates the spawning trigger then, as you will. So yeah, you can just see the spout there. Sorry about the flicker guys, it's just my LED light underneath. I've just got, you can see the spout there for a double filter. So I'll pull out some of the mops and yeah, so these are the mops that I use. I've got the homemade. You can see other videos on YouTube. Also, I might just make one myself as well. They're really simple. So it's just a wine bottle cork in the top, if you can see that. And then you just sort of wrap the wool around a book or something that's like a DVD case, something like that. And then you just cut it off and then tie it around a cork, and then just sort of that creates like a root system type of deal into water. And what you do is you just sort of give it a little gentle squeeze, not too hard, but just enough to get the water out. And then as you go through this, I'm not sure if there'll be any eggs in there, but let's have a quick look through. They're usually quite close to the knot at the top. It's quite difficult to do one-handed guys, so if you're just patient with me a minute. Yeah, it doesn't look to be like there's any. Oh, there's one just there. If you're able to see it, it's a bit blurry, but there's one just on the bottom there. That means that they've spawned again, so there'll be, I mean, I've got 3 mops in here. I've got one without the cork that just sort of dangles down in the bottom of water, and there's a smaller one that I just keep at the front, so there's quite a few in there. And then also in there I've got an absolute ton of a load here just to create cover more than now, and a bit of Java moss. So this is the setup that I'd use. It's a bare bottom tank apart from some crushed corals buffering my water, because my pH and my hardness is really low where I live. So pH comes out of tap at about 6.2, and my hardness is just non-existent. It's just pretty much RO water here. So they've just got an LED light above, but that's to light all 3 tanks up there. So this one's just got some rainbow fry in it, this one's just got the Corydoras breeding, and then this one here's just got a bunch of calico plecos just growing up. So these guys have been here for a couple of weeks now, so they'll be due to go into a bigger tank pretty soon. There's about 90 in here, to be honest. So they're due to move, and obviously I've just been pulling the eggs from the mops as I get them from the Corydoras, and then we'll just we'll show the next process of that as well. Just the way that I get them to hatch. I've just set up 2 little containers, ones with eggs that haven't hatched and some fry that we've actually got as well, just in a container. So it's going pretty well at the moment. If you've got any more advice on this, I mean, I have this filter, sorry, I have this, it's linked to my tapo plug that runs my lights as well, so when the lights are off there's no flow, and then when the lights come on in the morning the flow starts to go then. So you can just see the guys there, they're just hanging around in the back, just dancing around in the flow. They absolutely love it, Corydoras, they love the flow, so they'll do this for a little while and then start flying up and down class, and then usually we'll get some eggs off them guys, but they're pretty nice. These are full adults, so I've had these for about 1.5 years. Sorry about the focus there guys, but all over the place. But yeah, I've had them about 1.5 years. Really personable fish. They were pretty shy when I first got them, but they seem to have come around a bit now. Now I'm just feeding them guys bloodworms, you know, like twice a day as well. So right then guys, this is the setup that I've got for hatching the eggs out now. So once you've harvested the eggs off the mops, you'll just see there's a group of eggs. I'm not sure how many is there, probably 15 or so. And then I've just put them in this glass container it's actually from IKEA. So what I do is, I've actually siphoned some water out of this established tank. It's just got plants in at the moment. So I siphon the water out of the established tank, just because it's a bigger water volume, and then I'll siphon it into these 2 containers. So basically what I've done is I've just filled this up halfway, put the eggs in, and I've just put 2 drops of meth blue in there. That's just to stop the eggs from fungusing or going funny while they hatch out, and then just an air stone to keep circulation in there. So that's just how we'd hatch the eggs out, and once they've hatched then you'd want to be water changing this constantly until you get the meth blue out of the water and it looks clean like this. So then this is the second part of the process. As you can see, I ain't got a heater in there. The main part of this one is the meth blue and the aeration, and then once you get them to hatch, you want to start up, basically you start in a small aquarium with no predators in it so they don't get eaten. In this one it's just an old ice cream tub, washed it out, cleaned it out, cheap little Amazon heater in there, 25 watt one, so it's really low powered. I've got it on the lowest setting. Got a thermometer just at the back there, so this temperature is roughly about, I'd probably say about 78 degrees Fahrenheit, so you know, 26 whatever. They've just got a small foot sponge filter with a tap on it. It is starting to get a bit vulgar because I've just put this light above so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. So if you just pull these bits out of the way, just put these in this tank aside for a moment. Just have to bear with me guys. And I've also put some Indian almond leaves and Java moss. This is just so it'll catch the food. I'm feeding baby brine shrimp and the carry first bites in this tank, in this little container. So I'll just pop it a bit light again to be a bit easy to see. So if you just pull these out gently, they'll sort of swim down. Get these little pieces out. The Indian almond leaf is actually really good with the tannins, releases tannic acid, so it can actually stop the fungus, and you can do that with the eggs as well, but I just tend to find the meth blue seems to work slightly better. So, and if we just look inside there, you can just see one, that's a baby Panda Corydoras. They're pretty shy when they're young like this. There's one just at the side there as well, in the centre of the screen. Yeah, they're really good. There's one that's just underneath that piece of leaf there. There's one just there as well. So I've actually got, I think I did about, I think there was about 10 eggs at the beginning, but I didn't do the meth blue method. I did the almond leaves instead. So out of the 10 eggs I got 4 or 5 I think there's 5. You can just see that little guy running around there. There's one just at the top of the screen now. So yeah, with the almond leaves, out of 10 eggs I got 5 fry, which is not bad. Some will fungus up, even in the meth blue. It's just one of them things. But as I understand, the rate of hatching is around 3 to 5 days. It's just a really long time to be in sort of clean water like this. You're much better going for the meth blue option, which will just stop the fungus in its tracks. So just a short one, guys, anyway. So if you can just leave some comments, like and share, just follow my channel as well, guys, that'd be great. Subscribe, and hopefully we'll get some more videos like this coming out. This one's just basically, I'm doing all the educational things at the beginning, and I'm going to do all the fun aquascaping stuff at the end or in the middle of my channel. So these ones will be a bit slower, but basically it's just a bit of a tutorial on how to hatch Panda Corydoras. You can see how I've got some success, and I'll give you an update as well as these guys are growing up and they move to larger tanks, etc. And obviously we'll get some more out of this as well. So I'll catch you on the next ones, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.